I poured this at noon, and by 4 o'clock, my results completely shocked me. Welcome to Happy Place Creations by Connie. I am so glad you decided to join me today. Now friends, today's video is unlike any video I have done before, and I want to be completely honest with you, because that is what this channel is all about. I started out with a brand new praying hands mold. Isn't it beautiful? And I used my Let's Resin deep pour resin with the most gorgeous multicolored gold glitter, because I thought I would have plenty of time for this to cure. We're talking a few days, friends. That is what I was expecting. Well, I poured at noon, and by 4 o'clock, this resin was completely done. 4 hours, friends. 4 hours. Now, here is why I'm sharing this with you today, and this is so important. My home was quite warm that day, and temperature plays a huge role in how quickly your resin cures. The warmer your environment, the faster your resin cures. And when resin cures too fast, things happen. Unexpected things, shocking things. But here is what I want you to know, friends. I do not believe in just throwing a project away. And I do not believe in pretending that everything always goes perfectly, because it doesn't. Not for me, not for anyone. This can happen to any of us. So today I am going to walk you through my entire process, how I mixed my resin, how I added my glitters, how I used the Elmer's glue to keep that glitter suspended, how I carefully removed my air bubbles, all of it. And I am going to show you the complete results, the good side and the shocking side, so that you know what to watch for and what to do when this happens to you. Because it will happen to someone watching this. And when it does, I want you to be ready. Now friends, you may have noticed this beautiful green praying hands piece. And I want to tell you a little story about this one. So this green one I made years ago when I first got my original praying hands mold. I was just learning back then, just starting out, figuring things out as I went, just like so many of you are doing right now. And let me tell you, I used a different resin for this green one, and I nearly burned down my entire craft shop. I am not joking, friends. It was smoping and everything. But I did get my green one, so there is that. And you know what? I kept it because it is a reminder of where I started and how far I have come. Now, the reason I am showing you this green piece today is not because it is part of our current project. It is here as a comparison piece. Because here is something really important I want to point out to you. There is one common area in this praying hands mold where bubbles like to form. Every single time. Every single time. And I want you to know about it so that when you use this mold or one like it, you know exactly where to watch and exactly where to focus your bubble removal. Because knowledge is everything in resin, friends. The more you know, the better your projects become. And that is exactly why we are here today. Now, wasn't that a beautiful display of my previous green praying hands and showing you those problem areas in the mold? Now, let me show you exactly what I did to create these gorgeous gold hands. You're going to see me mixing in my multicolored gold glitter, And now you will see me mixing in my Elmer's glue. Now here is something really important, friends, and pay close attention because this is different from what we talked about before. When you are using normal epoxy resin, you add 1 drop of Elmer's glue per ounce. We talked about that. But when you are using the deep pour formula, it is a much thinner resin. And that means you actually need 3 drops per ounce. 3 drops, not 1, 3. So please keep that in mind when you are working with deep pour resin, friends. Now I proceeded to do everything correctly that day. I mixed everything in thoroughly, I poured it into my beautiful praying hands mold, and then I waited for it to cure. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I poured this into the mold right around noon, on a very warm day. And then, around 4 o'clock, I walked by my work area and something caught my eye. There was a little hump right on the top of my mold, and I thought to myself, that is not supposed to be there. So I walked over, took a closer look, and out of pure curiosity, I reached out and I touched it. And it was solid. Completely, totally solid. I thought, no way! So I knocked on it, and it knocked right back. Friends, something that was supposed to take 2 days to cure was completely done in 4 hours. 4 hours. Because of the heat. Because of the temperature in my home that day. Now, I want you to really let that sink in, because this can happen to any of us, on any warm day, in any warm home. And I do not want it catching you off guard the way it caught me. But here is what I decided, right then and there. I was not throwing this away, and I was not going to pretend this didn't happen, because you deserve to see this, all of it. So I have made you a very special clip that shows you this piece from every single angle, with the mold still on, and then I demold it and I show you extreme close-ups, every angle, every detail. I even take my UV light and I place it right in the center of those praying hands, so you can see absolutely everything as clearly as possible. And friends, even the Elmer's glue could not do its job that day. The heat was just too much, and all of that beautiful glitter sank right to the bottom of the mold, every last bit of it. So I truly hope you enjoy this footage, and more importantly, I hope you learn from it. Or should I say, I hope you learn from my mistake. Because pouring resin in very hot temperatures can completely change your results, friends. And now you know exactly what to watch for. And that makes this whole experience worth every single bubble.